Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Building Exclusively with Antonio T. Smith Jr. Glad to have each and every one of you on. Today is Friday, June 23rd, 2023, as of this recording. Always a pleasure to have each and every one of you on. And now I'm about to get out of the way of greatness and introduce one of these Smiths. I just need somebody to point to themselves saying me, so I can. All right, all the way from Galveston, G-Town, Texas, the founder and CEO of, I was about to say Pathbender, that is correct, but no. I was about to say Rhino Leg too. Density 6. Density 6, the ATSJR companies, and a plethora of other companies. The man, the myth, the legend, billionaire and millionaire creator, innovator, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
All righty. Thank you all so much. Forgot my headphones and the microphone. I got a special treat today. My good buddy Ibrahim sent some stuff over, so we're going to cater to that information. And let's call this 5 ways to mind your boring life and create interesting content with AI. Let's call it that. 5 ways to mind your boring life and create content with AI. Shout out to Ibrahim. Okay, let's start from scratch. Let's see if we can make some sense of this. Gary Vee tells you document, don't create. So do I. I've been documenting since about 2011, 2012. If you go look on the podcast sphere, you'll see me and Tempest in 2011 or 12 doing brick by brick. And from there, we're documenting my hope to be a millionaire. Well, it turned out I was on to something, right? But that's what we were doing. We were documenting our hope to be a millionaire. It was not easy. And that whole brick by brick journey, you see failures, losses, wins, etc. Therefore, documentation, and when we did that, that was in audio. I didn't even have video. Video was out, Jerome, but I was broke. I couldn't afford a camera. You understand? I couldn't afford a camera. I had 3G internet. And I think at that time I had a Cricket phone. I'm not even sure. That's not even it was just so we're clear. This was not the opportunity to have any sort of wealth. That's not how it worked, Grace. It's not even close to how it worked. So how do we create content from our lives, etc.? So I'm going to start from the beginning and give very practical advice, but I want to take this approach of, I want to do 3 things. I want to take approach of a housewife. Okay. I'm going to take the housewife approach. Then I want to take the housewife approach to a big brand. Those are 2 different things. 2 different things. Housewife approach to a big brand or someone becoming a big brand. And then I want to take a personal brand approach, and you can put yourself in there however you do it. Okay? So there's 3 things: housewife or house husband, equal opportunity. Housewife, house husband who is married to Grant Cardone. That's a bit different situation now. It's a bit different now. It's no longer the same category as house husband, housewife. And then personal brand. So that's Melissa, Trinace, Calvin, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Chipmunks, no? Okay. That's so those people right there. All right. Before I begin my agenda, which I have almost 30 things here, before I do my agenda, who I need to divide you in categories. Deanna, housewife, big brand, personal brand. Put yourself in the category.
Can I put myself in 2 categories?
You know what? Let's have fun and maybe you fit both multiple categories. That makes sense. We fit multiple categories. So you're going to fit, let's call these, number these, Grace. 1 is housewife, 2 is housemate. There we go. 1 is housemate, 2 is housemate with that is married or engaged with a big brand. And then 3 is personal brand. Cool.
2.
Melissa says she's 3 and 2.
Yeah, I'm 2 and 3.
You're 2 and 3. All right. There might be a trend going on amongst women. There might be a trend going on. Great. And of course, you know, Grace is like, I'm 3, player. Shoot, don't play with me. I ain't submissive to nobody. No, I'm just joking. That's not what Grace is saying at all. But not the last part.
I'm 3 and my wife is 2, hoping to be a 3.
Okay. All right then. 2, hoping to be a 3. Get it? That's great. So that, you know what, Grace, that in itself needs to be a category. We're gonna make it. You gotta write it down. 2, becoming a 3. All right, this is great. So we're gonna get some great feedback. This entire conversation needs to be viewed through attention. There's no other way. If you're thinking of anything else, stop it, because I'm not even going to bring up attention. I'm not even going to go into detail unless you ask me about attention, because it needs to be understood that if you're not getting attention, and if you're not doing anything to get attention, and if you're not harboring and managing and manipulating attention and harnessing attention, you don't have money. Money follows attention. And if you're doing this to be popular, but you're not doing it to be paid, then you don't have sense. Let's nip that one in the bud. So we want to get you out of that one too, because the goal is to make income, generate income, which now leads to a lot of things. The first thing I need all of you to understand is, before we embark upon this journey, you need to become a producer, not a consumer. This is the foundation of this talk. I promised, in my usual style, I would be very detailed, very practical, but I need you to eliminate the consumer mindset as fast as possible. So I'm gonna give a few ideas of consumer mindset, and then I want some of you to jump on the samurai sword or whatever and say, you know what, I did that too. Watching your competition is a very consumer mindset. Following trends with no intention of being, nope. Following trends and not making those trends your own is a very consumer mindset. If you're going to do something trendy on TikTok, but you didn't put your own twist to it, you're a consumer. I'm already cutting deep. Your job is to take whatever trend is happening right now and then do the opposite of it. Start off with the trend, but then do the opposite of it. That makes you a producer. You're riding the wave of the trending audience and that attention, but then you become a producer and put your own unique spin on it.
Okay.
Kev on stage is famous for that.
Okay. Yes. It's a guy on Instagram named Alton Walker.
Okay.
He's crazy, but he's funny and a comedian to every audience, but especially church folk. And so it's a challenge going on called "Rip Me Out the Bag." It's some song, and so people put a plastic bag over their head or whatever and rips it or whatever. But this nut, because he's churchy, he act like he a preacher, rips it out the bag and start hollering and singing the song and create his own song.
There you go. All right. Pull that clip up. Pull that clip up and then pull up somebody else doing the challenge. We want to see both of them, okay? Because this is what I'm talking. Can y'all see where we're already going with this? This is foundation. Like, I'm not even in my script right now. What I'm saying right now is life-changing, and it's just I want you to get these as a foundational understanding so we can have a different or a meatier conversation. If you're going to follow trends and you only following the trends, you're a consumer. If you follow the trend and put your own twist to it, you are a producer. It's the same concept. Phil, this is no different than what you've been learning since the 60s and 70s. I just internetized it. That's all. It's the same thing. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. There's only two categories of people in this world, producers and those who don't. Right? Consumers and producers. That's it. We want to do that. Scumbag Dad on IG spoofs kindness influencers. That his name and what he's doing is hilarious in itself. Scumbag Dad, hey, the kindness influencer, and I'm going to spoof that. You know, that is fantastic in itself. That's a producer. Everybody get it? I didn't say be original. You're already original. So putting your own spin to something is not hard. And if you can't think of it, take yourself to the free open AI platform, ChatGPT, say, this is the trend, suggest me 5 different things I can do to it, and nobody but you will know. Did that and make it easy for you? Outstanding. For those of you saying, I don't do trends, my business is serious, I muted myself. I don't like TikTok. Well, it's 2 billion people on there. 2 billion. So whatever you're doing, it's 2 people. TikTok has 2 billion. Okay. All right. Good. I don't use TikTok because I won't come out of it for the next 7 days because it's that addictive.
Okay. It is.
It's
I'm
that
ready when it is
addictive.
ready.
Yeah,
Yes,
let me
it's
tell
that
you,
addictive. That doesn't
Instagram
mean
been hitting me like that lately too.
that
Both
doesn't mean
of
I don't right. That don't mean I don't take advantage of TikTok. I take full advantage of TikTok. I got new followers every day and I'm even posting anything. I'll tell you about that secret in a little bit. Grace, show us these trends.
Okay. So here's the first one, maybe an original one right here. Wait. I didn't share that right. Hold on. Stop the share. Gotta hear the song.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah, you gotta hear the song.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate her being half disrobed. I do appreciate that. It's good for TV.
This is nuts.
It's good for TV.
Is it
It is. It's Budweiser puts women in bikinis and sell beer. It has nothing to do. I've never popped the beer open and a woman in a bikini came running to me.
Okay. Okay. So you see how she
Yep.
can't spin in one way. Okay. Now, here's the other.
You can keep the volume on so we can get the whole.
Okay. I was trying to find it, get the other movie. I gotta move stuff out of the way.
You're a bad DJ.
I know. Here we go.
All right. He put a Walmart bag on.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta move
your video.
Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Okay, got you. Because he's got you. Okay. Got you. Pastor ripped out the bag challenge. Got it. I got it.
Then he put his own twist on it.
He put his own twist on it. Now, that's funny to his audience.
Right.
You understand? For both videos, some of you were like, I didn't find it funny at all. That's because neither one of those were your audience. Do you get it? But to both of their audiences, that was fantastic. Did you see the likes and shares and all that stuff on in the comments? All right, well, we got it. Good. So let's address this first. Got the little light keep blinking. Let's address this first thing real quick. How do you become a content creator? All right, let's do that. Let's talk about content and creating content. Let's do that first. Now we're in the meat of things, and then we'll hash out some things I got written down. I know you know the
Pardon,
content. Well, go ahead.
Antonio T.
Yes,
Smith Jr. Just a small question, please.
No problem.
You said in the beginning, somewhere in there, you said don't create content, be a what?
I think I would have said, don't create content to be popular, create content to be paid, is what I should have said. Or something on that.
It's
You were quoting
something,
Gary V.
Or document, don't create.
document, yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
document,
okay,
don't
okay.
create.
Document, don't create, okay. Because I wasn't in a position where I could write it down, so I was trying to catch it. Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right. Now let's talk about content creation real quick, but I want to put a spin on it because I want to specifically talk about a conversation me and Ibrahim was having. Let's go with an app. Urdu, TikTok, Facebook. Doesn't matter. What any app you can think of, okay? Then we'll finalize this. I'm gonna pick a weird app. We're gonna pick Evernote. Y'all familiar with the Evernote? Are y'all familiar with it? It's okay. No, I'm hoping you're not familiar with it. I said I'm gonna pick a weird app. I'm hoping you're not familiar with it. What percentage of us are familiar with Evernote? Like you use it every day? Anybody? Perfect.
I use the Android version of Evernote.
Because you're a writer, that makes sense. Good. So it's just Ibrahim. That's good. That's perfect. Okay, Grace, pull up Evernote, please. Don't even do that. Pull up a YouTube video about Evernote. There we go. Let's do that. So Grace, and then share. Put your sound through. I don't know how you were sharing your sound, but it didn't sound like it was coming through the thingy. Yeah. It didn't sound like you had the two buttons click. Evernote is something that I won't explain yet until the YouTube video pops up. How do you become a content creator? You don't have to get jiggy with it like Will Smith or ask people to like, subscribe, and comment. That's actually kind of a pun these days too, to do that, because you got to do it. Anyone, Grace, doesn't matter. I'm just looking for an explanation. That's perfect.
Brings your notes, to-dos, and schedule together to help you accomplish anything.
I'm sorry, anything? Because I sometimes get these ideas that I think could lead to something big. But before I can do anything about them, they're gone. Oh, see, that was a good one.
Let's bring it back. Capture any idea, no matter when it comes, so you can find it fast and build on it later.
Okay, but my projects are piling up, and I have to manage to-dos for all of them. Can you help me out?
We have your tasks organized by project or due date, and we can even help you prioritize your...
Hold up. That one's due today. That means I have to hunt down a bunch of notes and files and links and...
Actually, all your tasks live inside your notes, right with all your docs, PDFs, links, and web pages.
Sorry, just one more thing. I've got so much going on, and sometimes things get lost in the shuffle. Can I get a reminder? Okay, good. I'm good now.
I hear you, guy. My schedule is packed, and I need to keep track of what happens in every meeting. Can you help with that?
Sure thing. We'll just connect your calendar to your notes and set up reminders to open the right note right when you need it.
I gotta go. I need to get ready for a big meeting, and I don't have time for this.
Wait, just click that. Everything you need is right here.
Thanks, but I really... Oh, hey, everything is right here.
Exactly.
Great, but thinking about how to organize all this stuff kind of makes my brain hurt. Can't I just get what I need when I need it?
You mean like this?
Actually, yeah. Wait, What is this again?
All right, Grace, you can talk. All right, so that's going to cover app. Plus, we're going to cover being a content creator over a whole language and culture. Typically, languages have its own culture. Okay. All right, cover that. Daddy, you look like you want to say something. You want it now.
I do.
Yeah.
So my question is, can you build that in Rhino Leg?
Say it again. I missed what you said.
I
Can you
said-
please put it in Rhino Leg?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I do want that. I want
Fair
that.
enough.
Like, I want that in Rhino
Fair
Leg.
enough. All right, and then we'll bring up Telugu. Actually, got a guy that's coming from India. You know, y'all can come with me. Somebody just asked me something. Maybe I want to share it on the screen, but anywho. So I get so I'm gonna start my political journey. All right, good. All right, so I get the privilege of having multiple cultures. So let's go with content creator in a culture, language, etc., or an app. I'll start with Evernote and then we'll cross over to an entire culture. Evernote is an app that you just saw that every administrative person now wants. Evernote, y'all owe me money. On top of that, how do you become a content creator here? I'll start off with one idea. Grace, you're next. I'm picking Grace because Grace typically is like, oh my God, no, I don't have any ideas. That's perfect. Grace, what I would do is I would master Evernote. Its secrets, its tips. How would I do that? Say less. Today is easier. I go to ChatGPT. I would go to Google. I would type in Evernote hints and tips, 5 things I wish I knew about Evernote, all that stuff. Get all that, compile it, and then put it in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, what do you know about Evernote? Tell me what you know. I say, do you have any hints and tips? And it would say whatever, and I'll compile that too. And I would say, great. I'll take what I got on research. I'll take what ChatGPT has in this database, and then I would say, now, boom, put together me a ebook, but of tips and tricks only, hacks, shortcuts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And from there, I would have the only guide that is using Evernote, and I would put it out, and that's up to you now. You can put it out for free, or you can put it out for free and then have in-app purchases. Who cares? Who knows? That's up to you. The point is, I am now an influencer. I do YouTube videos for every one line in my book, or every one section in my book is a YouTube video about 3 to 4 minutes, tips and guides. And then every one line is a 60-second TikTok video. Now I'm dominating TikTok. I'm dominating YouTube. Why? Because when it's time to get a Evernote tutorial, tell me where y'all going. YouTube. And where I'm gonna get that attention from? TikTok. Can we see how quickly I took my very boring life as a house husband, sitting at home, and became a content creator with very little effort? Okay. Pause. Let's get some feedback, and let's see if tell me who learned something, etc. Pushback, feedback, all that stuff. Go ahead, you first, Jeff.
Okay. The first thing I learned was don't be, when you say you have to stop being a consumer, I am a consumer. So when you said there was a statement that you made, and I was like, okay, so instead of consuming social media, dominate social media. So what you just said about taking something that's already out there and making it your own, I've actually followed like house moms pop up in my feed and they do some even talk about, they even say, you know, my life is so boring. This is what goes on every day. And then they'll show something funny that happened between them and their spouse or them and their kid. Or they will, like, they document their life. And it's funny because you're sitting there, you're like, okay, I thought I was the only one. So just them, even taking trends, they can take the trends to get them started, but then just start talking about their life. Because I've seen house husbands do the same thing. It is hilarious watching the house husbands, because they're sitting here like, yeah, she comes home from work and this is done, or she says this should be clean by the time I get home, and he shows what he did the entire day in like fast motion. And he was literally chasing the kid around the house the entire day. Every time he cleaned up an area, the kid dirtied the area. So watching that, so I can see how being the housewife and trying to thinking you're boring. No, your life is actually not boring. It's actually pretty freaking amazing, and house husbands too. And to see that being shared is like, if you start falling in love with them, because you're like, man, I understand that. I chase this one all day long. It's like
Very
nothing
good points.
clean.
No, very good points. If you have an audience, anybody will pay you to get in front of it. And nobody on the planet has a boring life, I can assure you. Nobody on the planet has a boring life. There's something that somebody will buy from you. Next feedback, next comment, next pushback.
Man, everything, when you was gonna call my name and say, Grace, what ideas you got? I was like, hey, he took them with the videos on YouTube and TikTok. I was gonna say that. You know, I didn't think about the ebook, but I thought about grabbing everything, you know, doing the research on Evernote, finding key points, and then every day taking one key point and going and talk about it. Say, hey, administrators, or hey, those of you with busy lives who really ain't got time to, you know, you don't have a administrative assistant, it's just you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is what you can do, you know, and then keep them coming back. Like the lady that you showed us that talks about how to make money with ChatGPT. She got a New Orleans accent. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I thought about.
No, that's good. That's good. Plus, if you don't have any ideas, take yourself over to ChatGPT and use your other brain, which is ChatGPT's brain. Remember, there are no more problems on planet Earth. There's no more. Artificial intelligence can solve them all. No. Let me give you another content creation idea that you don't see coming. Now this is for housewives, due to I'm about to talk about pretty feet, and nobody want to see no man feet. Just so we're clear. Just saying, there's an audience for it, but if you're a housewife and have decent feet, pretty feet, you can genuinely spend $90, get like a little GoPro camera kit, and literally, or just take your cell phone and just walk around your house and create something like, my feet did this today, my feet while cooking. And I can assure you, all sorts of weirdos, well, excuse me, let me do it. All sorts of people who have foot fetishes will genuinely follow you. Grace, go to Instagram right now, please. I know it sounds like I'm being crazy. I know it sounds like I'm being crazy.
First, you are being crazy. And anybody on ATS, I love you all. If anybody put their feet on, I'm going to talk about you. And I'm going to get you some police protection, because you don't have an issue that you didn't ask for. Please don't. Antonio, I'm putting you in timeout.
You understand. Just Grace, do me a favor, go to your search. Now do me a favor, type in #feet. 13,232,612 posts. I just need you to get that. I just need you to get feet. Oh no, stop, Grace. For God's sake, please. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. I don't have a foot fetish, so thank you. Greatly. That's another content creation. just being a housewife. Now, I don't mean that as gender roles, but again, nobody wants man feet. Somebody does, I'm sure, but nobody here. Okay. Are we following this so far? All right, now let's go to culture. Let's say you are Indian, I mean actual India, or Black, which is a culture, or Arabic, which is segmented into different pieces, or whatever that may be. You can become an influencer on language alone, dress alone, dialogue alone, the different dialects in the dialogue alone. For instance, my Spanish is El Salvadorian Spanish. And I'm dark skinned, like incredibly dark skinned. So when I'm speaking Spanish, most people think I'm Dominican. But my Spanish is, the person who taught me Spanish was El Salvadorian. So my dialect is a tad bit differently than Mexican Spanish. I'm saying Mexican because I'm in Texas and Mexico. Everybody Hispanic in Texas is Mexican. I had to go to the army to meet Puerto Ricos and, you know, and all that stuff like that. Puerto Ricans and anybody else. Everybody is Mexican, and every other restaurant is a Mexican restaurant in Texas. In Texas, at least in my part of Texas. So you can become an influencer, a creator, by doing that. How do you do it? Well, let's break it down. Let's take it out of those hypothetical contexts and let's just take it as someone, one of these squares. Let's go with Adrian. Adrian is what you would call a woman. Did y'all know that? She has ovaries and fallopian tubes and estrogen. And okay. Adrian is also what is called a Black woman. Not to put her in a box, but whether she identifies as one or not, everybody else will identify her as one, as we have to make sense of things in our perceptions. Adrian also pastors God Got Goons. Adrian can 100% create a narrative, a culture, and become a goon influencer by simply stating, goons love God too, and it's over. Nearly overnight, will her audience begin to immediately increase. For one, it's extremely niche. Two, how can you not click that? How can you not click a title that says, "This how goons pray"? Because I'm wondering what you about to do. Is you about to be a fool? Is you like I don't know. I don't know. I'll show y'all for Father's Day. So there's this guy on Instagram. His name is Jacob. I forget his name, but I mean, he's been verified for a long time. He's an actor out of Hollywood, and he always does this race-related comedy. Jacob Berger is his name. He always does this race-related comedy, and for whatever reason, I don't know how he does it. I have no idea how he does it, but for some reason, he always has porno stars on his page. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he knows so many feel. I have no idea. Shout out to him and his reach for sure. What I want to show you is this twist he took to this particular video right here. This was he posted this on Father's Day, white versus Black dads on Father's Day. And I want you to see, this.
What's going on? Hey, happy Father's Day. Thank you so much.
This is yours. This is yours.
Wow, Louis Vuitton
Yeah,
belt,
yeah.
Gucci shoes, Glock 9.
Yeah, let's go shooting.
Let's do it, son. I love you.
Love you too.
Let's do it.
Don't put that gun on me though.
Hey kids. Dad! Sorry I'm late. I just got done paying all your college tuition. Oh, y'all thought because they black they ain't had no father? Y'all racist as fuck. You know that, right?
Racist.
Yeah.
This is my dad. It's not Drake.
What, you thought he wasn't gonna show up?
Okay, that's hilarious because every single person was sucked in and baited into thinking that you're right. Okay, so hilarious that a bunch of those people in that video was content creators. Easy. This man is a content creator based off race-based comedy. And he has some of the funniest Donald Trump parody videos ever. It just really is. He's definitely an acquired taste, Grace. It's definitely acquired taste. In my case field, I know how to laugh and not take things personal. I don't really let things bother me like that. So it's all good. That video is a classic example of becoming a producer. And if you go in the comments, you will see, in fact, let me do it again. If you go into the comments, you will see everybody going, you got me almost for a second. Look, I had my racist comment locked and loaded. like awesome. Man, I was like, it's dirty as hell. Then boom, you got me, right? But that creates comments, which then creates virality, which then creates income. Cool? All right, then. Pause again, because every time I pause, we're going to go deeper in this conversation, and I'm about to add in AI and all sorts of stuff. So, what you learned, what you got, what idea, who have you seen? Somebody give me some feedback, and we'll go from there. Or what am I communicating? We can even go there too.
For me, you're communicating. You're communicating. There's so many ways that you can become an influencer if you're a house husband or a housewife, or housewife. You don't have to, you don't just take what you see and, like you said, make it your own. And find a niche. That's what I heard. Find a niche too. Like he was doing all his comedy had race in it, and then with Grace, that guy's niche was he's in the church. So he takes what's going on, he takes a trend and makes it his own. So find your niche, find your audience, and in that niche, just be you.
Right. I completely agree. Completely agree. I love it too. Thank you so much. Ibrahim?
Oh, hold on.
Antonio,
Yes,
I
sir.
have a question. Self-help content for youth, that's one niche.
Yep.
And then there is a narrower niche, which would be something like starting your career as this age to this age person. So, or just starting your career as a woman.
Yep.
Which niche do you think would be great for someone starting from scratch? Self-help content for youth, or starting your career as a woman in Pakistan or India?
The second one, by far. The second one by far has more potential due to the fact that, let's use a wife as an example. We're going to come in with preconceived notions and judgments. And that's what is going to gain the attention. Those who are conservative are going to want your wife to be quiet or whatever. Those who are progressive are going to want your wife to fight for the career. And that's the energy you're sparking on. Remember, she never has to take a stance. But if you're going to do something, and if I bring my judgments to it, you nearby force me to unmute and see what you're talking about. No different than that video that I just played. Did y'all see it? Like, all of us saw white dad versus black dads, and we all had some sort of prejudgment, whether here we go with this BS again, or oh, let me see, whatever it was. So the second one has far more potential because as a woman, his wife is a woman. Yes, that's okay. And as an Arabic woman, she's an Arabic woman. There are a bunch of people who don't want Arabic women, excuse me, who don't want Arabic women to even have a career. So now you're playing off that energy. And then there's a bunch of people like Ibrahim on the progressive side who want their wives to flourish and be a mogul alongside of him. And now she's going to pull from two different sides. She'll pull from all the women who wish they had a husband like Ibrahim that may, you know, he may get 2, 3, 4 more, 5 wives or something. But, you know, I'm just joking. Well, I'm kind of joking just a little bit. Okay. But, you know, anybody who wants to, man, I wish my husband was like him, then she rises because now she looks like she did well in choosing or being or whatever concepts people would have in their minds. Everybody got me so far? On the flip side, you get people like me. I'm a very conservative man. So you get people, but I'm also conservatively progressive. It's kind of weird. I'm a contradiction. You get people like me that as soon as I see Grace talking about freedom and liberation, I'm like, shut up. Now, this isn't me for real. I'm just saying, right? Like, shut up and don't open your mouth. Let me comment just so I can say something. And all of that is what people are doing when they look at your content. You don't have to agree with me. Just know that Joe Rogan sold his podcast for $220 million because he's polarizing. So an Arabic wife speaking in Urdu or Farsi, or doesn't matter. Like, there's plenty of languages I can think of, or Hindi, it generally doesn't matter. When you do that, that's polarizing in itself. And then to have a wife talking about starting a career, you don't need to be arrogant. I don't know why I keep saying arrogant. You don't need to be Arabic. Just say wife starting a career. It don't matter what country you are in. Somebody has a problem with that. And from there, that's that polarity. Only things that are polar, that means North Pole, South Pole, hot, cold, only those things.
Okay. Antonio.
Yes, sir.
So since your audience is like really broad and millions of people are going to listen to this call once it's on the podcast,
fair enough,
if it ever is. So I'll also
it's going up
ask
today.
Yeah. So great. So I'll ask a question that makes this even broader. Okay. So let's take career women out of it. And let's say there's a woman who wants to start, she's a religious conservative woman. Okay. So her options for content creation are spiritual content for today's youth.
I love it.
Versus my journey as a first-time mother. Which niche do you think, as starting from scratch, would be better for her?
Fair enough. So I got two conflicting answers here. My first answer, I want to say she needs to pick the one that pulls at her heartstrings. And while I'm true, and while I am true, I also disagree with this advice too, but I'll finish. So if being a housewife, a first-time mother is going to be like, oh my God, I can't wait, I'm gonna 50,000 selfies, you should probably roll that way for sure. And that's great advice. It really is. The reason I'm conflicted with that advice is because I hate advice or comments that say, follow your heart. I don't like them because school teachers follow their heart, and they're poor. So let's take a step back and let's go with identifying which one is easy to get the most products, community, and monthly memberships out of. Please write this down. Which one is easier to get the most products, community, and monthly memberships out of? Now, in this particular case, I can't choose one due to the fact that Ibrahim is going to be able to create community products, monthly memberships in a different way. So I can't say for him which one his wife will be able to do or his wife will be able to do. They're going to have to decide, but I can break down this science and make it a snap
Antonio.
decision. Yes, sir.
So since this is not specific to my context, this is just a broad question. My question is regarding how narrow the niche should be. So spiritual
Very
content
narrow.
for you, for a conservative woman, which my woman, by God, is not. So let's suppose in this scenario, there's a conservative woman, so she thinks like, oh, religious content for the youth. So this is equivalent to my wife's self-help content for youth. Okay, so that's one level of creating a niche, and then a narrower level is like me starting my career, and then that's like me starting my motherhood journey. So both are just opposite sides, but it's the same level of niche. So my question is, what attracts the most attention? As you said, attention then later can be monetized. So what gets the most attention for someone starting from scratch?
Got you. Okay, good.
That's the question. And then monetizing, we can figure it out later.
Okay. Remind me to bring up those three things I told you to write down, the monetization. Remind me to bring this back up. The more niche-y you are at the beginning is the best way to start off from scratch. So let's take his same examples. Well, let's define niche for people to know. This is your unique selling proposition. Okay. This is the thing you're doing. So when Ibrahim said spiritual teacher for youth, it didn't matter if they're conservative or not, because spiritual teacher for youth, while it is a niche, it ain't good enough. Spiritual teacher. Now let's go. So there's a fancy $22 word called myopic. It means narrow view or narrow-minded. So let's go more narrow-minded or narrow-viewed in spiritual youth. Spiritual advisor for gay Arabic youth. Bet you $50.
Very myopic.
Bet you $50. Some stuff gonna happen. Do you understand? Spiritual Baptist pastor. I am the Baptist pastor for gay Baptist youth in Texas. Did I make some sense, Jerome?
Oh.
Am I making some sense?
We can monetize that by distributing the pitchforks that people will want when we see our content, right?
Exactly. There's your first monetization too. The more now, and of course, but let's keep going. You see, once I get to a people group, and once I made it gay, I can even go further.
Could you stop for a moment?
Yes, sir.
When you say it, you make it sound so simple, and I get it.
Fair enough.
But now I have to take what you said, understand it, and implement it. There's a gap in there, Mr. Smith.
Got you. So let me ungap you the gap. Okay, I'm gonna keep going for a second, and then I'll back up and ungap the gap. Gay Baptist past the United Baptist Transgender Missionary Baptist Church.
Watch yourself.
Oh, what you got? You doing too much, sir. You doing too much. It's gonna be people that's not even Baptist gonna be stopping just to be curious.
Just to be curious.
Say the name one more time. Say his name one more time.
I forget what I said. The United Baptist Church for missionary, transgender missionary Baptist church, which in itself filled those pitchforks for Ibrahim. Get ready, put your name on the side of them. Nigga. We go. You about to be a billionaire overnight for sure. So this idea, and I'm going to back up to give it this gap, is trying to tell you that deep or a narrow and shallow is not a good way to start off. And I'm grateful for Ibrahim re-clarifying this question, or re-clarifying my mind, because he said it right the first time. I just didn't hear it right the first time.
Did you say
narrow and
shallow
shallow is trash.
Okay.
It's what it is imagine if you had 5 minutes to talk. This is me ungapping the gap now, Jerome. Well, if you got 5 minutes to talk, don't pick 5 topics, because you're going to come off as being very general, not knowing anything. If you got 5 minutes to talk, pick one topic, talk about it deeply for 5 minutes. Now you sound like a genius, and people say, man, I wish Ibrahim had more time. That was perfect. If you're trying to show your intelligence in that 5 minutes, I'm doing, if this is to that, then that is to this. If you're trying to show your intelligence in 5 minutes, no one's going to pay attention to you. Put it in creator talk. If you try to get people's attention and how much of a content creator you are, or how smart you are, in 5 minutes, everybody's going to scroll past your video. But if you get real nichey and don't show your intelligence, but show how deeply you understand this subject in 5 minutes, it's going to be a great talk. Likewise, content creators, you ain't got 5 minutes to get people's attention. You out your mind if you think you do. You ain't got 5 seconds no more. The world has been TikTokified. You got half a second at best. So your headline and your caption better do some work. You understand what I'm saying? I better do some work. So I'm gonna pause right there, but I want to re-clarify Ibrahim's question. I'm going to pick up right there. Ibrahim saying, all right, if you're starting from scratch, how important is your niche? And it's vitally important because it does the work for you. I see you, Deanna sending me a list, Prophet Jerry, and then Grace or somebody, she's sending me a list. I got y'all. The more your niche is important, the more your niche is, and I had to be relevant, it's obviously relevant to you, but the more it's niche, the more you don't have to do work separating yourself from the crowd. I'll say that again. If you're starting from scratch, you're starting in a pool of 8 billion people. Everybody got that? Please. If you're starting from scratch, you're starting from a pool of 8 billion people. If you start with, so there's only 3 industries on the planet: health, wealth, and relationships. Everything else is a subset in those industries. So if you pick something, guess what? You're now, what's a third of 8 billion? 2.5 billion, almost. All right, so now you're in 2.5 billion. Like the moment you pick something, you're in 2.5 billion people. So you still ain't got nowhere. Give you an idea of 2.5 billion people, that's Facebook, that's TikTok. Imagine posting on Facebook today and trying to be heard. Does this make sense to you? That Facebook has 2.5 billion people on it. So just because you pick an industry, you now just, it's only 3 industries, right? It's only 3 categories. So now what you're doing is you are now in 2.5 billion people. That's still not enough. But when you say Black Baptist, transgender, missionary Baptist church, you don't become anybody but one person, loud as hell. Did that? All right, I'm gonna get Ibrahim first. Ibrahim, did I fix it up a little bit? Because I'm definitely fit to jump off of this for sure and keep going. But did I make it make more sense to the good?
Yeah. That was really helpful. That when you're comparing 2 things, go with the niche. Right. Okay, go with the niche or whatever. Like if there are 2 options, whichever is more specific. Or alternatively, you pick whichever pulls your heartstrings the most, and you can see that it has the most monetization potential. And then you add more constraints to it. Like if you think self-help is more monetizable, then just make it more and more and more specific to who it is for, so that then you get the momentum going.
Very well said. Very well said. So y'all can see when I'm communicating, he communicated back and concisely. Okay, Prophet Jerry, you first. Deanna, say the order out loud for me.
It was Grace and Prophet Jerry.
Okay, I'm gonna be here. Come on, see something crawled on me. God dog, and it needs to go to heaven. Whatever crawled on me. I don't know what it is. It's on the, you know, springtime on the Beatles. I think it was a beetle. Anyway, go ahead, Prophet Jerry.
No, it's me. I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do the marriage chronicles and stuff, and the only reason why I wanted to ask about that is because I see a lot of the videos on TikTok and stuff, and people are like, oh, you know, my man this and my man that, and I'm like, that's cool, but I do a little bit of a funnier approach to it because it's stuff that I'm learning. It's just different, like funny anecdotes and stuff. And my and I
So
put them.
Funny puts you in a relationship category. So now you're in 2.5 billion people.
So I know I was listening to what you were saying about making it your own. And you know what I'm saying, I do the encouragement stuff on Queen Reliable Renee, but then we have our Winsome with the Linsome, and I do the marriage chronicles and stuff on there. But I do stuff with the both of us and stuff, of course, on there. But I'm on the right track because I'm making it my own. It's relationship, but it's not necessarily like funny. I mean, it's not like so super serious where I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm grateful for my husband, but I'm also kind of putting a funny spin to it because I'm like, Lord, you know, just am I kind of, that's pretty much what you're saying, is making something your own, but it could be relationship, but just something a little bit funnier. That's kind of what you're saying, correct?
You got a fraction of what I'm saying. Okay. Ibrahim forced out of me gold, and so you got a piece of this gold, but not all of it. So let's take what you said. And you did say marital, right? Is that what you said?
You said what?
No,
marriage?
you said marital, right? Or marriage? Is that what?
Yes.
Is that the word?
Yeah,
okay.
Marriage Chronicles.
Got you. Marriage Chronicles. Okay, I had to use context clues to figure out what you had said.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, you have it down, but I need you to get that when Ibrahim said put constraints on it. So if you're going to do Marriage Chronicles, and you're going to do Marriage Chronicles in a funny manner, you don't have enough constraints. So let's go more constrainty. Now we're going to make it work. Your husband doesn't mind standing in his handicap. Marriage Chronicles with a handicapped husband and a supportive wife, making fun and having fun on our journey. This don't have to be this long. I'm using a bunch of words so you can get the idea here, right? Mm-hmm. There's a woman, I saw her video yesterday. I wish I could think about it, but I'm sure maybe I saw it. She was, I don't know if she was born handicapped. She has no legs. She has no lower torso, and she just had a baby. And she's standing next to like a 6'2" white guy, and she's a black lady with no legs. So she's like,
oh, she had the baby?
She okay, you see, he know who he is. She had the baby. I saw the video yesterday. She's holding the baby and she was embracing it. She was like, yeah, I was born this way, and I realized that ain't nothing I could do about it. So ain't no sense to complain about it. It's not going to change anything. And the video was so viral because how often do you see someone with no lower torso happily married? Let's go with that first. To be honest with you, I've never seen it. I'm not saying it don't happen, Ibrahim. I'm just saying it ain't on my timeline. So if I see something that's not on my timeline, it's automatically going to get my attention. And that's kind of what Ibrahim is asking. If, Antonio, if people are starting from scratch and they want to be on your timeline and someone else's timeline, how do they be the only thing on your timeline that looks like this, is what Ibrahim is asking. There's thousands of marriage chronicles. As a matter of fact, it's a whole movement I wish would stop immediately, but it doesn't. They don't want to stop. Everybody wants to be a YouTube couple. Y'all have seen it. You know, am I being too unfair? Everybody wants to be a YouTube couple, and they do the little fake pranks that gets on my nerves. And I'm like, come on, dude, you're gonna keep doing this fake laugh. Come on, like come on, buddy. But anyway, and they are all viral. You know, it's just, you know, and so my intelligence, but people like it though. People like it. Maybe I'm just a hater in this category or something. I have no idea. But they like it, they get paid. Who am I to say anything about it? But Renee, Marriage Chronicles ain't enough. Marriage Chronicle, Handicapped Husband, We Happy as Hell. Y'all sad, healthy.
Wow. Wow.
Watch it, Reverend.
I bet it got some attention.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying? But it got some attention. And then you start, and then y'all, and now they find out y'all comedians too. You know, and not like professional comedian like Jerome, but just or Phil, but you know, just funny and love life. Now you start getting people saying, man, I woke up in a bad mood this morning. I don't have no excuses.
Oh.
Because everybody don't have their bladder outside their body like your husband. And still smiling. Because I can assure you, every square on this call, if our bladders had to be on the outside, we would not be smiling. We would have to learn how to smile again. I'm not saying that these people won't find their smile back. But I am telling you that as much as I admire Prophet Jerry, don't get that shit to me, Lord. No, we're gonna keep it real. Is there another with me that is as bold as I am to say hallelujah over there?
Yes.
Don't give my husband no asthma attack, people.
Janice, you see what I'm saying? I'm not being mean. I'm being raw and real, as true to my custom. I am so happy, man. I'm so looking forward to him doing all sorts of great things. But if you can just keep that over there, sir, I would appreciate it. And I'm not him, sir, the big sir. If you can keep that over there, you understand? I need that way over there. But I sure want to support though. God, I'll donate. I don't need the experience. And that's going to be, man, the crazy thing is that's going to be most of your audience. The audience that realizes, damn, I've been blessed and didn't see it until I saw him.
Ooh. And you know what, Bishop?
Yes, sir.
People, I was at a funeral and somebody told Renee that she needed to give me a towel or something to cover that up. I'm comfortable with the way I look, even though sometimes the pictures or the videos when I'm doing pictures or I'm doing page 2020, it looks kind of funny because sometimes my water is dark and I don't like that part, but I'm comfortable with it out because really having something stuck to my leg, you know, I got to have a tube taped to my leg in order for it to be stuck in my pants. So,
okay, I got a bunch of feedback here. For one, this man has a pubic catheter outside his body. He had joy in his voice. And the only complaint he said was, sometimes it's dark. I don't like that part. This is why the hell y'all should be doing what Ibrahim is asking me. Be on video, Nishi, because everybody on the planet needed to hear the only complaint that you had was sometimes I need to drink more water.
True.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You get it? Do y'all now take that heavy conversation Go on Facebook and Instagram with it, and then put the comedy in it. Somebody at the funeral told us such and such, such and such. Take that heavy conversation. Everybody's going to expect you, just like Jacob Berger. Everybody's going to expect you to do the piano and the violin and make me feel bad. But I'm going to come and see, wow, they took this heavy issue and made me not feel uncomfortable for it, made light of it, and then taught me something. Damn, they're more mature than me. And that will have Johnson & Johnson and psychology companies and health companies, hospital companies paying to get in front of you because y'all make their invasive health products that save lives light and joyful.
Wow. Man. And see, okay.
Yeah, everybody thank Ibrahim for this topic. All y'all right now, thank Ibrahim for this topic.
And I'm glad that we went and started because we've been putting more content on our Winsome with the Linsomes page on TikTok, and I'm really glad because I think that helps us, but I think that's really good. So yeah, we did start.
So now you got
Renee, do you remember who suggested Winsome with the Linsomes title? Do you remember who did that?
Actually, I remember the group I was in. Yeah, because I'm still in it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in
It was literally me. I wasn't in the group. It was literally me on the common call.
Oh crap.
Shame on you, Renee. Shame on you, Renee.
Yes, shame on me. My goodness. Yes.
So let's bring up one of the elephants in the room to bolster this topic, the implosion of this submarine that just happened. This is perfect content, terrible situation, and I will make sure that I respect and be very gentle to the victims and their families. I didn't know nothing about it. And I saw something 2 days ago on my timeline, and I thought they were talking about the Titanic. So I ignored it. And then this is the point. What new are you going to tell me about the Titanic? I'm 41 years old. I've been hearing about the Titanic for 41 years. I'm not telling you the Titanic's not important. What I'm telling you, Adonia, is I don't get paid for knowing about the Titanic. Can I push that further? Nor is it cool for me to talk about the Titanic with my friends. There's something that is in Jonah Berger's, different Berger this time, Jonah Berger's book, Contagious, that he's a Harvard business professor specializing in marketing and why big ideas catch on. And he says, number one thing that we need for big ideas to catch on is called social currency. And he defines social currency as, is it cool enough for me to tell my circle about this? Every single person is talking about this Titan submarine implosion because it's cool to talk about. And again, I don't mean to be wrong here or insensitive. It's cool in the sense of this is fresh information. I hear this very well. I posted it first. Man, I really need y'all to get this. We are so freaking vain. We really are. We don't care about Ibrahim or his wife or their child or their cousins. We care if Ibrahim posts something that I could post first to my network. Y'all know how Grace, do me a favor. Pull up ChatGPT. Don't matter if it's 3 or, just go to 4 real quick. Let's just go to 4. We'll show y'all something that is just dumb incredible. Can you give me, put this in here, Grace, word for word. Can you give me a comprehensive list of Antonio T. Smith Jr.'s teachings? Doesn't matter what it says. We use comprehensive, so it's going to get a big list. Boom. That's it. You just boom. Grace didn't give no justification, but she just said my name, and there is that guy. CEO, ATS Gerald Companies, blah, 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 bam, 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 whatever it's going to say. That's irrelevant, Grace. I just needed to see that. You can stop the screen. I wasn't just saying, it's not a humble brag. What it is, you know how I got in ChatGPT database? Because first off, I trend on Google Trends and stuff. You know how I got there? Not by being good, by telling everybody they can steal from me. Y'all not listening. I made people not feel bad for taking my content. I only needed the few Adonias and Trinacious.
Hey, Antonio.
Yes, sir.
My book, Cordial Invitation to Waste Your Time. It literally says in the description, hey, you can steal these captions for your dating profile.
There you go. Which is right. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what's happening. And what that is social. I'm arguing for social proof. I'm not in ChatGPT because I'm good. I'm in ChatGPT because when they were scouring the internet, millions, if not billions of pieces of information about me were on it. It is understood. So you need to process that we are so vain. I don't care how important y'all think Adonia is, and she is. Adonia ain't putting nothing on her timeline that make her look stupid. Can I get a witness, Adonia? Can I? Come on now. Come on now. You understand? She not putting nothing on her timeline.
Okay, fine. Amen, amen, and amen.
Okay, then. You get it? So this is why fake news, to borrow from Donald Trump, and incorrect headlines, or vaccine talks and cell phone towers are causing the pandemic, right? I still remember y'all said that. I still remember, I'm still holding the receipts that y'all said that the earth is flat and cell phone towers are causing the pandemic. I'm still holding those receipts, okay? The reason why these things get posted is because Ibrahim posted it and I went, ooh, I feel strongly about that. So do my friends. And I took that post and I shared it to my timeline because Ibrahim is now making me look cool to my timeline. Man, I need y'all to receive that. It is the holy grail of this conversation.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
I've always said for years, I've had trouble with speakers. They stand up and they tell you all this stuff. They say, now, if you use this stuff, I'm going to sue you. But if I can't use your content, why should I listen to you?
That's a really good point. I've been saying that for years, but I like that last sentence. If I can't use your content, why should I listen to you? You are wasting my time if I can't use your content. You genuinely are. It's Serena, my friend, Serena Brown Travis, Les Brown daughter. She calls it verbal masturbation. You talking to please yourself. And I laugh every time. She's the only person I know that said it's so accurate though. So Phil is hearing people on stage do verbal masturbation. Don't you redo my content. Don't make any sense. Please receive this. I now only said two things in great detail. Thing number one, thanks to Ibrahim, the more niche you are starting from scratch, the more you make the world smaller. You got 8 billion people, the 2.5 billion people, to the Unity Transgender Missionary Baptist Church in Texas with a straight pastor. That'll get even more virality with a straight pastor. That'll get even more virality, right? They gonna kill me for that one. They get you more virality. So think about this. That's the one thing I said. But then when you couple that with the fact that we are vain creatures, that want to protect my timeline. If you don't think protecting your timeline is important, I dare you to start a company and ask all your friends to change their profile picture to your logo. See what happens. See what happens. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it.
Go happen.
Go ahead and do it. So, with social media first,
Follow your business, let alone post your logo.
no. When social media first came out, maybe we used to do stuff like that, Grace. But now every time you update your profile, they show everybody you update your profile. So the last thing I'm gonna do is put this. That's your company. Is y'all hearing me? But you know what Adonia wants to share? Things that are important to her and her timeline.
Yeah.
Things that are helpful to her timeline. And I can't say what that is. Only she can, but she knows. And every single one of y'all feel the same way. So yeah, am I going to do spiritual youth? Sure. But if I do spiritual youth for transgenders, and transgenders love Jesus too, this is what I'm going to do. If I'm in support of this, I'm going to take a stance, put it on my timeline that we need more of this in the world. If I'm not in support of this, these are going to be most of your shares. I'm going to not support it by supporting it. I'm going to literally take a screenshot, share it, put it on my timeline, and write a 3-page theological treatise of how the world is going to hell. And that whole time, I just got you paid.
Yep.
Donald Trump is the master at this. Donald Trump won the 2016 presidency because he was already paying for more TV time than everybody else. And then Donald Trump spit out some hot fire every chance he got. And it didn't matter, Janice, if you agree with it or not. What mattered was every news station, blogger, mini blog, big blog, online, offline, aliens were talking about Donald Trump on Mars. And he who has the most attention wins. Donald Trump, all Donald Trump had to do, and this is, we know this for sure, it's in that we got this completely written out. Facebook went to the Supreme Court for it. Facebook handed Donald Trump the 2016 election. That's why they had to change their policies. That's why they went to war with Apple. It's in a 2018-19 book by Stephen Levy called Facebook. Grace, pull it up for me. Stephen Levy, incredible journalist, well, way ahead of his time, always will be. He's incredible. He wrote this book, and there is a chapter in there to where Donald Trump pulled off, he redefined what Facebook ads can do, to the point, Phil, where Facebook had to change their ad policies. Donald Trump did it so well that he made Twitter say no more political ads. Look, Facebook, the inside story. Are you in mine, Grace? Or
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. You logged on under me?
When it said you purchased this, I was like, yeah, that's me. That's him.
Well, okay. All right, then. All right, you can start there. So you logged in the money. Okay, gotcha. It must be nice to have no special privileges. Must be nice.
Now, I don't buy anything unless I say, hey, can I get this?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, hear me well. This is what Donald Trump did, on you. It's written, that's like chapter 9 in there. It's so brilliant. Donald Trump ran ads to poll his audience first. You gonna like me? You don't. He found out most people didn't like him. Okay. So what Donald Trump did was he got free content. He got free content by spitting hot fire. That's what I'm gonna call it. He got free content by spitting hot fire. He then put ads and support to his base. And then he turned everyone who was not going to vote for him against Hillary. It's written down, he did it so well that Facebook had to go to the Supreme Court Twitter said no more political ads. There was a big frenzy about this. I know you was alive in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 now, but I know you kicked it out your memory. But Donald Jamarius Trump, that's not his name. I just felt like doing that for whatever random reason that Adonia didn't stop me from doing it, so I did it. Donald Trump turned everybody against Hillary. And you know what happened during the election? And this is true. White people didn't want to mess with Hillary Clinton because Black people went out and voted for her. This is the power of understanding the niche. Lock her up and all sorts of stuff. And I ain't no disrespect to her, but he used these ads so well. He said, well, Janice ain't gonna vote for me anyway, so I might as well make her not like Hillary Clinton. And that's what happened. And if you look back, the 2016 election is gonna be historical for many reasons. It was the most people who didn't vote. And then we had the largest voter turnout and the largest amount of people who didn't vote. I'm so serious. Like it was both and. It was both and. And Phil and Susan follow this kind of stuff, so they have very strong memories of what I'm talking about. And they know I'm spitting nothing but facts. And plus, it's written down in this particular book. This, my friends, is how you use social currency. Why? Why, Grace? Because every time someone said, lock her up or something, right? Depending on what they stood on, it was important for them to show it to their timeline first, because Antonio didn't want his friends voting differently than him. So I need to hurry up and show Susan, vote for Trump. This is why. Now, these are hypothetical.
That would never happen.
I tried to jump out there.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
So now I want to add an AI question because, you know, as you said in the beginning, this is going to be an AI related call as well.
Absolutely.
So I remember you had a formula for like how we could make content from your content.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's say my wife's making spiritual content. So there is spiritual content that exists out there. And then if she's making career-related content, there is career-related content out there. And you had this whole formula about how to use commentary to create content.
Absolutely.
So how can we use AI to generate commentary-driven content?
Good question. Good, great question. This is what I would do. Grace, follow me, please. If thou does not mindeth, you can go to YouTube. So a little small site. Probably never heard of. And let's pick Titanic submarine thingy. Titan submarine. There you go. There you go. Bam. Now let's put Titanic submarine and reaction. So let's start first now, my friends. Everybody listen, everybody listens. Pick a content, pick a topic. Go to YouTube and type in reaction after it. Is this okay? I don't know, Ibrahim just throwing me some great alley-oops.
Antonio.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I have a special connection to all of that.
Yes, because one of your family members was on the Titanic, right?
Well, no, my grandfather was on a ship nearby, and he's the first one who got the connection of where they were. And in Morse code, he contacted everyone that it was sinking. So that's when they started to get help. You know, when they sat there all that time, there was no connection, but he got it. And then for me, you know, I worked for the research scientists at Woods Hole Oceanographic, which is right there at Cape Cod where they went out of. They talked about, when you hear them talking about Woods Hole, That's
Mhm.
where, and I had several opportunities with these research scientists to go down in a submarine for a week. And I said, no, I'm not going. I just felt, just even them saying it, I felt like I was suffocating.
Yeah.
So my family's from that area, and then I worked there and worked with people that they came in. I mean, like the big wigs of all the pharmaceutical companies, they would come in, and when we were going out in a submarine, they would come, we'd have a few guests go. And that's when he wanted me to go to hobnob with the guest. And I'm like, no, I'm not going. That was one thing I said no. But I do have strong connections to those waters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless. Well, I'm sure. But heartbreaking story all around, for sure. Heartbreaking story all around, for sure. But thank you so much. Grace, we're going to type in a video, and you're going to, a piece of content, and you're going to put reaction. Okay. Share your screen again. We're looking for videos 15 minutes or less. Is this okay? Each video is going to give you tons of content. In this particular Grace, you are going to click the first video. And just for grits and
Get
giggles,
cable-free live TV
giggles,
with
I
no
said
hidden
grits, I
fees.
changed the word. No, keep the volume on. Keep the volume on. And let's just
or
hear
long-term contracts
5 seconds
and
of
100
feedback.
plus.
This is a diver reacting to the
I knew
content.
one day being
How
a
about
deep
that?
sea diver
I
would
love
come
this
in
guy
handy.
already. I love this guy already. He's bald and tattooed up and clearly acts like me. I love him already. Now, Grace, what you're going to do is you're going to take this video, you're going to put it in a transcription service. Descript, something free, doesn't matter, okay? You can literally type in YouTube video to text and do this for free. Then you're going to get a transcription of the video. Is this okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stop your screen. Now, Ibrahim, this is where we have fun. You're going to go to ChatGPT, free version 4, doesn't matter. I don't care because both are the same. Here's the prompt you need to use. It's 2 of them. You're going to take your transcription. About every 15 minutes is about enough words for you can be able to put in one prompt. 13 to 15 minutes, I know because I've done it many a times with my own videos, repurposing my content. And now what you're going to do is you're going to use this first prompt. Please give me every major key point of this video. Keep in mind, it's a commentary video. It's a reaction video. And then ChatGPT is going to give you every major point. Then you're going to say, you're going to have 2 more prompts out of this, depends on what you want to do. Now that you get every major point, you're going to say, please take every point of this video and argue the opposing viewpoint. Please take every major point and give me the opposing viewpoint. Now watch this here. Would you like a better prompt, Grace? Because we want like to build a career off of this, right? Write this down as I say. In a clear and concise voice, but also sassy and a matter-of-fact tone. Please give me the counter argument for every one of these points with a 2-sentence explanation. And right there, you just use AI to take other people's content and you transcribed it. And then now artificial intelligence wrote you a script with a 2-sentence explanation, showing it to you that cannot be denied. Grace, would you like to see if what I'm saying is true?
Yes.
Who else would like to see if this really going to work? Come on, Antonio. That can't really work.
Okay, yeah, me, really, whatever. I want to see it.
Okay, then. Okay, then. Deanna Marie Taylor. Yes. You have been.
Last name, not Taylor.
Oh, okay. Okay. Smith, you have been transcribing my coaching videos, I believe. Yes. In Descript.
Yes.
Can you tell them why? I don't know what you've been doing. I just
Okay.
know that you've been doing it.
Okay, so I'm trying to get show notes because I'm uploading some of his coaching sessions into Secret to Success, and I need show notes. So instead of listening to, which I still listen to like maybe the first like 10, 15 minutes of it to get my own personal ideas on it.
Don't even listen to it no more. Do exactly what you're doing. You got my permission.
Okay, instead of listening to the entire hour and a half to 2 hours, I transcribe it and I go through before I put it into ChatGPT. I go through and pull out like the random the in between conversations, the sidebar conversations. Like I kind of I read through it. Oh, instead
But
of
if you use, just give me every major point, and then get those major points, and then get the show notes. Say make show notes out of this. You'll go faster.
no, that's exactly how I do it, but it doesn't all fit in ChatGPT.
Because you didn't know 15 minutes at a time. I'm about to show you right now. So I never told you. I never told you. Watch this. So let's do it. We're gonna do it right now. Everybody, unmute your mics and say, thanks, Ibrahim, for pulling more genius out of this conversation. Here it is. This is the guy, Dinesh, that I coach. Gianna put it in here. And you can see the time limit right over here, y'all. See it? See it? See it? 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm gonna go down to 13 minutes and stop. Right here. I just copied. Now what I'm gonna do, I am gonna go to ChatGPT-4, affectionately known as Carlos, and I'm going to show you that I lieth not. Come right here. Now, new chat, and I'm going to put, please give me every major point of this video in bulletin. Actually, nope, of this video. That's all I want. I'll let he may give me explanations or something. There it is. This video seems to be a conversation between two people, discussion a path to financial success. And look, boom. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I do this for a living, y'all. Remember.
Okay, look, because see, what I also do is I also take it and I have it give me a suggested podcast title. Then I also take it and I ask it to write me show notes for the podcast episode.
Good. That's brilliant, isn't it?
So you just helped me because this last coaching session you did, the notes, or I'll take your notes and put it into ChatGPT, but your notes were so big.
Right.
And so I was like, I can't, it's not all gonna fit. Thank you.
I got you. So watch this here. Look, I just got not 10. I got 10 points. That's off 13 minutes, Grace. Plan for financial success, business plan discussion, roots and branches, event creation, financial difficulties, plan of attack, content creation while white labeling, new business idea, networking, community building, impact on Black liberation, asking for permission to copy documents. This in 13 minutes, 14 minutes, I covered this many topics because see, it was open Q&A for the first 15 minutes. Therefore, Grace, watch this here. I copied and paste this now, and I'm going to put, this is answering Ibrahim's question. Please give me, what's that, 10? So that's going to be 10 times 5 is 50. Please give me 3 points of commentary for each of these points and write them as if I am going to create a podcast commenting on the subject. Come right here, do it. So not only do I have these 10, which I can literally immediately highlight this and say, please give me 10 points of this. But look, commentary 1. It's important to note that the tailored approach to speaker focuses on blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Can y'all see this?
Yes.
Now, I'm about to have some fun. Because now, guess what we'll do next, Grace? Well, we'll wait. We'll just stop. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to keep that a surprise. This is using AI. Thank you, Ibrahim. This is using AI to create content off of other people's information. Which one of y'all are known for business coaching and stuff? Say it again, Adrian.
I just said thank you, Ibrahim.
Yes. Look, it's now done and even suggested for me, Grace. For more commentary, please ask. I'm keeping the response concise. Thank you. That was perfect. Watch this here. Thank you. That was perfect. Let's have some fun and take the opposing view and disagree with everything that was said. Was said. Speak in a matter of fact tone and give, say it again. Speak in a matter of fact tone and give me as much as you want to create a disagreement dialogue. Boom. And now, if I want to be Joe Rogan, first and foremost, the goal of making $1 million is more than just 2 years to approach it. It's unrealistic. It potentially sets the listener up for this disappointment if they fall short of lofty ambition, which could disagree them continuing their entrepreneur journey. That's stupid. Screw Antonio. It's right there. Come on, that's brilliant. And you know it. That right there. And keep in mind, all I did was type like 100 words. Y'all get it. This is where you're going to unmute your mic. Let's show appreciation for the call. We'll wake y'all up. Show appreciation. This is helpful.
This
you
is
understand?
extremely helpful. Extremely helpful.
You can do the same thing with show podcast notes. Hold on real quick. He left a little note here. Let me show you the note. Says these counterparts are provided for the sake of balance and do not necessarily reflect the views or advice of the AI. Each individual journey is unique. I thought that was cute. All right. Can y'all see how that worked? Okay. Wasted 2 of my ChatGPT prompts, but you get the point. The point is, Janice, if you want to take content or someone else's commentary, go to YouTube, type in reaction. Is that okay? Somebody talking reaction. And then you're going to put it in a, keep muting myself. Down, let's make a transfer and pay for this because we need it. Just don't do it right now. This is all this, just to get the transcription. And once you get the transcription, you're going to ask for every major point. But just remember, you need to do it 15 minutes at a time, 14 minutes, 13 to 15 minutes at a time. If you want to get in one prompt. Okay. Everybody got it?
Yes, this is what's the big picture?
This was, how can you create product, material, podcast, etc., off of commentary of other people. Here's what Jerome, here's what we did. I'm ending now. And what we did was prove to y'all there's no reason not to have content, and absolutely zero reason to struggle with ideas. And I don't mean that to be facetious, but I went backwards, as Jerome said, and I ungapped the gap. I ungapped the gap. You make it sound so easy. I do. I have that. It's a very bad thing that I do. It's a very bad thing. It really is. I hear it all the time too. I hear it all the time. So I know I'm guilty of it because everybody says it. So I know I'm guilty of it. But not just that, Deanna. Not just that. Hear me well. Hear me well. Hear me well. It's more important to note that nobody here is at the disadvantage of building a large audience anymore. Now, remember, you don't need a large audience. What you need is a community paying you monthly. If Adonia has,
I'm
yes,
sorry
ma'am.
to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
So the same thing that everything that we did, or the whole nine, if you were to do that and then take an article and post
Smart.
it on one of those, like the Medium or whatever,
Smart.
it's the same thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm taking baby steps.
Take them. Take them.
I'm taking baby steps because I have to get into the habit,
Right.
doing it on a daily. So I'm taking the baby steps, but the writings would do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
you could ask chat even if you wanted to do it like
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm so glad I'm glad that's what Jerome was asking me to do. Make that connection. Like,
Right.
hold on, Antonio. Hold on.
Yeah.
I pick when I type.
It's awesome to do. And then because that's why I tell you get all the information, but then you have information and now you're then stuck like what to do. Right. But the way you just did that and broke that down, that was very, very nice.
Thank you so much
again, Ibrahim. And thank you again.
No doubt. This is what I would do. If I was starting from scratch and if I wanted to be in business, sales, marketing, or law of attraction, this is what I would do. If Antonio already told me I can steal all this information, that's what the hell I'm going to do. I'm going to Google Antonio. Trinace, I'm going to Google Antonio and all his written content. And it's thousands of things on the internet. And I'm going to take it to ChatGPT. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not going to say it. Deanna, unmute your mic. There's a millionaire that asked you, hey, is it immoral if can you finish for me?
Use content for myself.
For myself. And wait, can you tell them what I said without saying the person's name?
No, take it, go into ChatGPT, get the key points from it, and teach it like it's yours.
And teach it like it's yours.
You don't even have to give me credit for it.
Grace, I'll show you this in action. Put up your ChatGPT 4, Grace. Okay. This was it's too long.
Did you only give 2 prompts or did you give a third one?
I probably gave a third one, but I think you got the idea though.
I know the second prompt it was the second prompt. I was about to put 2. I was about to put 3, but I was like, no, it's a more concise prompt to prompt number 2. And so I just called it prompt number 2 and deleted it.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm making sure.
Grace, take what I just put in line and please put it in ChatGPT. Put it in ChatGPT 3 for me, Grace. For people who are not paying, I want people to see that it is all fantastic.
All right. Ready to hit enter?
No, wait. You gave me no instructions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, do me a favor. Shift enter. You're gonna put, please give me 5 teaching points for every one of these points. Everybody look. This is now my written content, yes? This was something I got off the internet now. It's just Adrian, I'm answering your question. It's just written word. Hit integrate. It's just written words. That's it. It's just written words. This is, look. Look, it's written words. Y'all see it? It's just written words. Now I got, he continued generation, Grace. Look, it's just written words, y'all. It's my content. It's just written words. Nobody cares. Now imagine doing one of my preaching videos or something. No, I don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
A lot of
Grace.
that.
Grace, count how many sections you just gave.
1,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5, 6,
7,
7, 8. 8 times 5 is 30. Grace, take plan for success, number 1. Come down to shift enter and let's bless it thine Adonia. Please give me a teachable outline for women between the ages of 40 and 55 who have given up on their purpose due to the downfalls of life. Your task is to take the information below and inspire them while giving them practical steps to regain their vigor and take action. The instructor's name is Adonia Dixon.
You know why I love you right now, though I don't like you?
Talk to me.
Because I did something similar to that, but not with your language. So I'm going to guarantee you, I'm going to get some different information. I'm going to guarantee you because your languaging is just something wrong with you. Your wire is crazy. But now, today, right now only, I like you just for this moment.
Just for the day. Gotcha. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Grace, make sure she get this prompt personally, put it in the chat, and then go ahead and put it in her Facebook inbox or however you send her messenger. There you go. Make sure she get this so she can spoof it up a little bit. You know, well, no, just the top prompt. She don't. This ain't her content. She don't care about this content.
Gotcha.
She's more, she's ethos. She's ethos. She likes the heart of things. This is tech jargon. This ain't her. That prompt is her content, not the data.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, plan for financial success, though, she will talk about that.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, she will talk about that. Hit enter, Grace. Remember, 8 times 5 is 30. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody can look at it. Somebody can look at it. Somebody can look at it. Where Jerome at? Jerome, if that ain't ungapping the gaps, I don't know what is. I don't know. Continue generation. So not only did we get 40 videos, but can I push it further now, Adrian? Scroll up to the top, Grace. When I use that prompt, no, I'm sorry. Top of that one prompt, that's my bad communication.
Okay. There you go.
Here's still, when I put in that one prompt, Grace, how many sections in this one now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 7.
I got 7 videos. So now it's 8 times 5 times 7. Grace, give us how many videos came from 15 minutes of dialogue.
280.
No. Show it on the screen. They don't believe in math. Let the calculator be seen. Show it on the screen, Grace, because they don't believe in math. I'm Christian. Math don't. Jesus says all.
40 times 7. 280.
So assuming when you use that last prompt and go line by line and it gives you 7 different things, that's 280 videos plus written content, Adrian, off of 15 minutes of my information. Stop the screen. And there is nowhere on the planet that can teach you that and give that away for free. The Gary V method makes 64 pieces of content off of one post. Antonio does 2-hour videos. 15 minutes goes into 2 hours, 8 times. Grace, let's do math again. Please put this math in there. No, Grace, let's do math again. We're going to do this complete math, and this is going to be at the top of the notes. So now, since 15 minutes goes into 2 hours, 8 times, Grace, now it's 8. Because you're going to do 15 minutes 8 times for one of my videos. Now it's 8 times 8 times 5 times 7. And if y'all just chill for one moment, you genuinely, for every 2 hours of video that I have, get 2,240 pieces of content. You ain't got to clap. I know. Not only is that liberating, that's life-changing, and that's payable. And before you say that's not possible, let me stop Grace's screen real quick. 2004, put that math down for me, Grace. Let's stop Grace's screen for a second and know that I posted 113 times yesterday. You're looking at my screen. I posted 113 times yesterday. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 posts a day, Melissa. Come on, man. Jerome, okay. Go ahead, Deanna.
Okay, so what you just did for me was
Hold on. Let me pause you real quick, Deanna. Let me break down this math, because I am feeling Grace struggling. Yes, because you're like, okay, something told me I don't know what to label it. Got it. Something told me that.
You don't know me.
She had that Walmart face, Jerome. You know, you go to Walmart, where the hell is the beans? You know, she had that Walmart face. I don't know where to go. So ask the lady. And she had that Walmart face on, Janice, looking around for some help. You're going to take Antonio's 2-hour videos and get 15 minutes apiece and transcribe those videos. From that 15 minutes, that equals 8 different transcriptions. That's where you get your first 8 from. Each 8 transcriptions will be turned into, what was it, 280 videos you had or whatever? It was 8 times 4 times 7.
Yeah, 280.
200. 8. Each transcription video would be turned into 280 sectional pieces of video content. And of course, 8 times 270 should come back to 2,240.
Got it. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, got me. Come on, man. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And you have no more excuses. Okay, go ahead, Deanna. And please start back over where you was.
okay.
Make sure that's at the top of the notes, Grace. Top of the notes. We call it Antonio's 2,240 post a day model. I'm doing it myself, y'all, with my own content. And here's the crazy thing, Adonia. I'm taking content from 2016 because it's evergreen and reposting it today, doing this. Go ahead, y'all.
So what I just got out of that was, as an author,
thank you,
I take each section, not each chapter, but each section. So if I have like 4 key points in chapter 1, I'm going to take each key point at a time. And then I'm going to put it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to not only give me the key points from this section, but also any quotes from this section, because I can take those quotes and I can turn those quotes into graphics. Then I take those.
Keep going.
I'm sorry.
Nope. You keep going.
And then I take those key points from each section and I can go, that's a live video for me, or that's a recorded video for me to post, or that's a conversation starter. If I have like a weekly fellowship that I do for my brand, that's that point is a content starter for that person. So we all meet up and I pull points from this chapter of the book, and nobody knows about the book yet. I'm just using this as a promotion and to build my brand and to build this book. So when the book comes out, they know it's something I've been talking about. I can take that point, and when I have my fellowship for the week, I can say, hey, everyone, I would like to talk about this subject. What do you think? And then just have everyone go into conversation about that particular subject. And then that recording now turns into a podcast episode.
Perfect.
That's what I got out of that.
And you should have got out of that. May I add to it?
Please do.
You already done this before, but I'm going to give everybody else. Grace, pull your screen back up. ChatGPT 4, that same prompt. Let's bless Adonia again. She's ripe for a blessing. I'm going to bless her again. She going to need this prompt too. Grace, what you're going to do is you're going to go up a little bit. I need you to go up to the, like one more prompt up. Not the outline, but that right there. That right there. Go to the top one. I need you to copy and paste that first one again. Right there. No, right there. Right there. Just number one.
Okay.
Highlight plan for success and develop that. Yeah, there you go. Just that. Boom.
Okay.
Grace, now you're going to type in hit copy and paste. Hit paste. Now go back up. Just go back up just a little bit. I need to go up to the prompt. Right. Slow down. Keep going. Right one. Yep. Keep going. Right there. Please. Nope. Keep going. Go back up.
Oh, that's it.
Well, what did I define her model? I said 18 is this many women.
Oh,
what did I say to that?
That's here.
Right there. Please copy and paste that whole thing. Now hit shift enter on plan for success. Now paste up top, please, that. And let's change the sentence up. You're gonna go to where it says A teachable, highlight that all the way to outline. No, A teachable to outline and delete. You're going to type this here. Please give me 25 inspirational posts for social media for women and ages of 55 giving up on the person. Take out instructor's name. This is take out the whole sentence. And then you're going to take them action. Please give me 25 inspirational posts for social media between the images. Okay. Please give me 25 inspirational posts for social media for women between the ages of 45 and 50 that are giving up on a purpose, blah, blah, blah. This is perfect. But feel free to use social media language and emojis. Enter. Give her that prompt. Watch this here. God dog it. I need. So yeah, Cash Apping me. How is this working? Grace, make sure this hit the official notes, because I don't know how to. Yeah. You see, church folks don't never know when to clap. They don't never know when to shout, Janice.
The prompt and the response.
Hit continue generation just so we can finish shining. Go ahead, whoever that was.
Are you using 4 or 3? Because I love the emojis in it.
That's 3. I purposely told her to go through 3. Yep. But I told her to use emojis.
Oh, can you go and copy paste that prompt, please?
Yes.
Now let's read these, because watch they all be in Adonia's language. Let's just go to number 1. It's never too late to chase your financial dreams. Define a clear financial goal that excites you and set a realistic timeline to make it happen. Hashtag financial success. Hashtag dream big. Emoji bag, emoji star. Go to number 16, Grace. I don't even know what it is. Clarity breeds success, ladies. Define a successful financial goal for the next 2 years and visualize the impact it will have on your life. Get excited about the possibilities and take practical steps to make it happen. Emoji star, emoji luggage, hashtag visualize success, hashtag take action. I am cussing y'all out in my head. I promise you I am. I promise
I'm
you.
getting ready to go into the office. I'm trying not to be loud. So, but I'm excited. I'm gonna do my happy dance in the parking lot before I go in the door. But I just want you to know I am listening.
Good. And you're gonna get these props, and in between, you're gonna go ahead and get your stuff. You gonna go right. She got a course already. Remember, Adonia has a course that is super extensive. And for every line, she can get 25 social media posts promoting that course.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking like that.
See, I love today. I am loved today. Look at that. I know if ain't nobody else listening, Susan is. I know for sure. Susan put the little quinoa off the stove real quick and say, hold on, I don't want to overboil the quinoa. And went, honey, we're gonna do this today for human consultants. I know if anybody listening, Susan is, because Susan has been grinding since January. She is a ChatGPT expert, y'all. I'm telling you, okay? She is, no doubt about it. We're wrapping up. Can y'all see how to create this content? Now imagine posting 1,000 times a month. How can you be stopped and how can you not build an audience? And did you see Deanna react to those emojis? Put them emojis back up, Grace. Just they were so pretty. They're so girly. Right? Look at them. They just look at them. And nobody is going to know that you didn't do that. And keep in mind, see, y'all problem is, you got two problems. For one, your prompts aren't that great. But two, you're taking too much information, Adrian. You stop, Grace. Only took one line. Stretch it out. Adrian, listen, if you Black or have grown up poor, don't nobody know how to stretch out a meal like a poor person. Stretch it out. Stretch these contents out. Jerome know about 2 breads, butter, put the sugar on it, put it in a toaster. That's a meal.
Now you tell me. Had you told me that before, we wouldn't be even having this conversation now. Because I know when I couldn't, it didn't have nothing but butter to put on some toast. Why didn't you tell me that? If you told me that a long time ago, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. See,
right.
See,
you right.
Hold down. You hold down.
See, shame on me. You're right. I smacked my hand. Shame on me. Because I took Grace, show the screen.
And I rest my case.
Yes, ma'am. Black Moses. No, Moses is Black, but Moses. That's what be right. Grace, do me a favor. Go back to the screen, your prompt, and go back to just the part you highlighted. We didn't try to, Adrian, we didn't try to take the full kit and caboodle. No, yeah. You just go back like up to the original, like, you know. Like, see, I didn't try to do the outline. We got the outline from just a couple of things. Scroll up to the top, Grace. All she did was copy and paste number 1. Scroll down, Grace. To the right there. Right there. She just copied and pasted the title and number 1. That's it. She took some boring information and made it inspirational. There's nothing about that hard, and it's nothing about that will cause you to sweat. And it's free. We use ChatGPT 3. It's free. The transcription, that may cost you. If you want to, I suggest you paying $30 a month for the script, assuming that you can afford $30. But if you can't, then you better go old school like Antonio, Deanna, and Grace, because we sat down one day and I wouldn't let nobody leave the office until we copied every single word in conversion code And it was push play, stop. And we was tired. And it took us, it was 2 days, but we was in there for 20 hours just typing and play. But that's the company though that became ATS. I told them if we take those notes, I build something, and the next day or the next week, Jerome, I built ATS off that one book. That's the honest to God truth. That was 2014. We didn't meet Jerome and Susan in 2017. I took one book that I was just mind blown by, and I said, that's my company. It was called Conversion Code by this guy's name, Susan, is Chris Smith. You can't even stand out when your name is Chris Smith. ChatGPT, can you tell me about Chris Smith? Which one? But it's why when Melissa published my books, I was like, when she was publishing, I was like, nah, this is very serious. You must. And I made a big deal because we had some errors at first about my name and how it was sorted because the sister kept messing up on her. And I just kept going on. I kept acting like just a disgruntled person. Like, you got to change things. You know why? Because Antonio Smith is too common. But there's only one Antonio T. Smith Jr. There's only one. That's why I go by Antonio T. Smith Jr.
You got that right. And it's only that it's got to be said right. Antonio T. Smith Jr. You got to put, I'm just saying.
I didn't mean it that way.
Respect on that. I don't,
Yeah.
you know what?
You're right. I didn't mean it that way, but my ego show likes it though. I didn't mean it that way though. I meant the string of words, Jerome. What I meant was just a string of words. But
you ain't gotta mean it. It is what it is. Period.
But I will take it. I will take it.
Okay, I'm be quiet.
We just had to get the computer system to understand what we wanted it to do because there's only one you.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So if your name is Adonia Dixon, you have a good opportunity because your name is Adonia. I'm not saying it's uncommon. I'm just saying it's Googleable. You understand? Grace Sandals? I don't know. Maybe. Susan Sorrentino? Only one of them, baby. Ain't another one. What you talking about?
But I go by Susan Bolt Sorrentino.
Susan Bolt Sorrentino.
Yeah.
You get it?
That's my maiden name, but it's
there you go. That's her maiden name. I get it. It's only one of them. All right, wrapping this up. I hope this was a blessing. I really do. And I'm grateful for Ibrahim. And I know it's lunchtime for him, dinner time for him. The inspirational quotes part, though, was fantastic. Fantastic. And you can change that. Look, you can say inspirational quotes to motivational quotes to blah, blah, blah. Let's say you're a preacher. All right, then go on YouTube, get Joel Osteen sermons or whoever your favorite pastor is, transcribe them, and start making inspirational posts off it. Janice, with everything you got working on and coming out, this was a class just for you. Just for you. It's nothing to go to the internet and type in popular post about kidney disease. Copy and paste. Say, make me a teachable outline about this. It's nothing. See, get that outline and then go, all right, and one at a time. You just one at a time say, okay, no, you'll give me every major point from this first. Then make me a teachable outline from this. Once you get that outline, you go to the major points and say, give me 25 inspirational quotes to this, and then tell the audience, speaking to survivors or supporters of survivors on kidney disease, renal failure, etc.
That's good.
That's good. See, that's worth the price, even though the price is free. That's good. All right, last two things. There is something powerful about this platform, especially the fact that it's free. That's why I got it closed. That's why it's invite only. I'm not, it's just us, like it's just us. we put it out there so people can get it because we're not trying to be stingy, but I only need a certain amount of squares to make the magic happen. And it's got to be, like energy. You may want to do the same thing with your own business. Maybe not a call, but find that like energy and protect your brand with that like energy. Like energy. You get what I'm saying? And like energy. And from there, please, my last thing is follow this new Gary V method. That's Antonio method at this point. 8 videos. I mean, with 1 2-hour video becomes 8 15-minute transcriptions. That 8 15-minute transcriptions, you saw that ChatGPT 3 would give you at least 7 moving points of an outline plus a conclusion. And then 8 times 8 times 5 times 7 equals 2,240.
Okay, I have a quick question.
You got it.
Okay, so check it out, right? So I was doing my video, my live Sunday, right?
Yep.
So when I went to do the, how you add the, what's the title of what you're talking about?
Mhm.
Okay, so above that, it said something about turning your reels into 15
Smart.
minutes, something.
Yep.
But I pushed the button because I didn't know what it was going to do. The
Fair
first
enough.
few times I didn't do it, but the last week I did it, but I don't know what happened to it. So is that something that's supposed to be doing what you're talking about now?
Yeah.
In,
It's just gonna be in short video form. Yeah. Mhm. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I guarantee if you push the button again, it'll do something. And if you keep pushing it, you'll figure it out.
Okay.
That's how men have been
Okay, I'm
solving
learning.
problems
I'm learning.
to get into time. What this button do? Push it up. Me and Phil blew up the world. Okay, Phil, next time, let's not push that button.
Right. I'm learning. I'm so happy that you have me here. Thank you so much
Very well.
for allowing me to be one of them squares.
No doubt. No doubt. Grace time before 120 seconds.
Before you go,
Yes,
before
ma'am.
you- the what's the other 8 for? I know it's 8 transcriptions times what's the other 8 for? Because I got the 8, 5, and 7. I'm trying to remember what the other 8 is for. When you multiply those 280 videos times 8.
Let's see. It was let me get the formula in my head and we pick. It was 15 minutes 8 times. And then from that, we got that would mean I got the major points. And I think I really don't remember no more, Grace. You should have. I don't remember. Yeah, whatever it was, it's there. Yeah. No. I got it. It was 8 times 5, so that means it would have been 5 things, 5 movements. So I guess maybe maybe I asked for 8 points or something. I don't know. Maybe I asked for 8 points or something. Whatever it was, it's irrelevant because even if you get 2,000 videos, 1,000 videos, it's still more than 64. Not trying to compete with Gary V.
Gotcha.
Was that the 8 inspirational?
It probably was.
Something?
I don't know. It probably was.
No, you broke down the 15 minutes, and that's how you got the 13. And then out of the 15 minutes, you took the writings of the 15 minutes and got the important points. And then there was, I think, 7 of the important points. And so what you did was then you took the first important point and then you asked for the teachable lessons out of the first point. And then because it was 7 of them, if you have a teachable moment for each one of them, that's how you got the other piece of the content.
There you go. And y'all know Adrian, she clearly took notes on that. You hear me? And y'all know how Adrian is. She gonna be an expert by Tuesday.
Come on, bro.
She gonna be running circles around y'all.
No, because wait a minute. And it's funny because in the middle of this, I'm in Philadelphia and our I-95 just collapsed. The tanker truck burned up underneath it and it made the whole entire interstate fall.
Wow.
Like literally, so all 6 lanes, but because that's transport and everything, people are on that right now.
Yeah.
So they said that it really happened 12 days ago, basically. And within those 12 days, they have now at least constructed 6 lanes, 3 northbound and 3 southbound. And it's opening at 12 o'clock. So they just put all the fired, like the heaviest engines that they could fix. Fine. They just put on there because they built like they use recyclable glass and built a temporary street and then paved it so that now people can, go back and forth on it. So the whole point of it was the Josh Shapiro, who is our new governor, he did everything using every piece of the component of government, and it worked. So the man just said, a nice little thing about being together, and that's my thing. So I'm like, wow, I'm gonna catch all this energy because I took a little bit of the snippet of them going across the street. That's the together, and then my stronger together, and that'll be the content that I use. So, amen.
And amen.
Amen. We're gonna see what happens by Tuesday. Where we at.
Well, we already know what's gonna happen. Because remember when we in January, wait a minute, we don't want no AI. And then Katie was like, well, let me just try it. Let me just try it.
Ibrahim, thank you one more time. One more game.
Yeah, he hit me up last night. Well, it was last night for me, it was early morning for him. He hit me up and it was like, hey, can you do this? Blah, blah, blah. And great, 60 seconds now. Your job, everybody, it's just to stay innovative, right? Stay happy. Keep pushing the limits. Stay innovative. To borrow from Steve Jobs, Phil, we can't connect the dots moving forward. We don't know what's happening. It's only when we get past this and we look backwards can we see how God was connecting all those dots for us. He didn't say God, but I'm putting that in there. And just try to catch that. Is Adonia going to retire? Yeah. Yeah, she will. It's 100% guarantee. She gonna die. She gonna retire. She gonna own it. One way or the other, this season will end. Now, she gonna do it her way, the best way, for generational wealth, legacy, and full happiness? Yes, that's also 100% guaranteed. The frustration lies in not being able to connect the dots while she's in it. That's the frustration. She's 100% guaranteed to win. I end you with this. We on a hero's journey. We all win, period. If your story is not on a high point, God ain't through with you yet, because every hero story ends with a high point. Therefore, Grace, if you ain't at the high point, chill. Your high point is coming. That's all I had to say. You can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
All right, y'all.
Love you more.
Have a good one.
Love you more.